Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick show. We're going to be doing more of our Posthomerica illustration artwork. And, oh, my computer's sound is on, hold on. We have this picture of Ajax. I did a little bit of it between episodes. We now have the shield, spears, helmet, all of his equipment in. I decided to do an outline after all on the dice game. I did a bunch of details on his coat, but they're not finished. There's a little bit left to do on the bottom. And I'm going to do similar details, I think, on maybe not his leg and thigh armor, but probably his beard and hair. And I also sort of started roughing in a frame for the bottom. So we will probably work on the frame first, and we'll go from there. So let's do it. Actually, I think we can just stick the frame in on the top here. I'm gonna say like it might be better to do like differently sized frames for the top, left, bottom, and right. I'm not sure how I would accomplish that though. What if we made this a little smaller? Essentially, it's just a little bit. Oh no, not like that though. We want to scale it. It's a little bit too large right now. So, yeah, I like that. I think it's pretty ornate. This is based actually on a bed and breakfast I just stayed in. They had a what I guess is called a Greek key, which is like a thing that would be above or like in a piece of architecture. I had never really heard of it, but yeah, I use that as the inspiration for the design on this frame here. Okay, so we'll do that. Now let's duplicate this layer, and I want to see if we want to, well, you know what, we can actually input, nope, 9, 0, negative, good, done. Yeah, now here's the thing. Do we want it to be this or fully like this? I think this might be a little too much. It might take too much of the yeah, I think it's going to take too much of the attention away. So I think we'll have the full frame on the top and then a smaller version of the frame on the sides. And that's the nice thing about these kind of like Greek style frame things, is that they have so many facets that you can really use different aspects of them, reuse different aspects of them, and it feels, you know, like its own thing. So let's do, I guess we don't have to flip this, we could just use this side of it. I don't know why my nose is running now. Get tissue. Okay, and then for the bottom, I think we'll do the same thing. Let's see. Take a look at our Greek key here. Yeah, or we'll put that squiggly square in the bottom. So we'll duplicate the top one so that we can just go like that. We don't have to twist it. So we can either do this, or we can do maybe something like this. And then delete that one part of it. I do kind of like the square being on the bottom. let's do... We could try it both ways. It's not really like... We shouldn't be wasting this much time thinking about it. What's the best way to do this? Because it's not perfectly uniform due to the fact that I, freehanded it. So it's not really going to delete properly. But let's give it a shot. Yeah, it worked. It thinks I'm trying to select stuff. Okay. Grab that, put it down there. Okay, so now we have this on the bottom, the squares on the bottom, the little triangle things on the side, and the full thing on the top. Okay, now we will we'll group these, and we'll just, I'm going to duplicate the original layer. We'll take this out of the group if we can, yeah. And let's turn off the group, and we'll try an alternate with the full thing on all sides, which is easy because we don't have to crop it at all. So we'll just do that. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. It already looks like too much. Okay, so that solves that. That's done. Turn that back on. Now we will do some stuff. So we're going to take this, put it underneath everything, number one. Then we're going to take the tree, maybe move it a little bit further down and shrink it. And we'll obviously make it kind of hit the bottom of the thing. Actually, we don't even need to do that because we can, we're going to have a background layer underneath the frame. So that's good. We might have to do some weird stuff with layering here because of what I'm trying to do with this tree. But that's good. This is all good. That's cool too. I do like the stuff breaching the top of the frame. I can already tell that what we're going to need to do with this is the top layer is going to need to be on its own, in its own section. So it's like half of this stuff is under the frame, half of it is over the frame. And what we're going to do, let's take a look at some of our other ones. Do we have any other colors? No. So we'll just make our own. Why does this look different? I don't know. Let's pull the color from this. Yeah, this is, what I'm about to do now is actually not really inspired by any of my references that I have seen. Let's take another look. We're going to pull this in. And let's add another, oops, we're not going to lock it. We want to add a layer. And we were going to put a little background section underneath. So stand by. We're going to open my other ref file. It's got to save because I added a bunch of new things to it. So first, what do I want to do? I want to make a background layer of this new color. Different color, slightly. This is the old color. And we're going to maybe pull in just what the old color was. Or we could do whatever we want with it. but let's just take a look. I'm gonna turn this up. Yeah, so we're gonna wanna make this a little bit darker. And I have them in reverse order. So we want these two layers to live below everything and the other layers to live on top. So that means this goes down. Grab, come on, grab, grab, grab. All right, I'll group them. Okay, good. Yeah, we wanted to be able to do that where it comes out. So, right. Yeah, that's correct. Now we can either do this, where we take this and make it darker. And we're gonna fix these corners. Obviously, they're just infringing on each other. There's nothing really going on with them right now, but first we want to see what the overall is gonna look like. Then we'll do the detailed stuff. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's take a look. We're approaching something here. Let's try a new version with black. That kind of looks good too. I tend to go for these monochromatic ones. Yeah, I like that. And now let's experiment with one more idea, which is if I took this and we did some kind of like specific design choice for the black where it's like partially showing black sections. So it's two colors in the frame, basically. Yeah, but I think it needs to be darker. Let's try another version of this color. Take that. What am I getting here? Oh, I'm using the eraser. Yes, also, but that doesn't come through anymore. Okay, so we're running into some quandaries. What about if we did that? I think I'm overcomplicating it. Let's just make it black. Okay, one more idea before we do that. And that is if we maybe made the inside this other color. No. Yeah, I don't like it. Does it not want to redo this? I don't know what's happening. Maybe this. The eraser's not working anymore. It's also not letting me select anything. What's going on here? it's like calculating something because it's not letting me do anything, and it's also not saving for some reason, which is a big problem. It won't let it close. Let's just give it a second. See, I'm not sure what happens if we have to close it while it's in the process of doing this, but let's see. I hope it doesn't crash the whole file. Alright, it looks like something's there. Corrupted? No, okay, good. Shouldn't even say the words. It looks like it just used the last previously saved version, so that's good. So now we're going to take our black color and we're going to just fill in the frame. And we can always, you know, this is not like, we're not trying to finish the picture here, so we still have time to come up with new ideas and stuff. We don't have to worry about making it exactly right at this moment. Oh my god, can I color in any of the lines? And now this should overlay on top of these layers. I'm not sure why it's not, so let's take a look. Aha. So I did it again. I put this on the wrong section. No, I see. I was coloring in the full frame thinking that's all part of the same thing, but it's not. So this needs to go right. Okay, we're gonna need to do some fancy stuff with this later, but for now, okie dokie. Now that stuff on the left and right is going to be above this layer, and I don't know that that's the way I want it to look. I don't think I want that layer to look like it's above, so we might do some trickery to make it feel like it's not. So let's do this other frame stuff. Okay. Oops. I made a big black mark on the top there. Okay. Now we go here. Or not? Okay. It's times like these where I really appreciate the workflow of digital art, because, you know, I was able to draw a few squares of this repeating frame and then duplicate them and sort of merge the seams so that it doesn't feel like it's duplicated, and just send that across the whole picture. So I only had to really draw like 4 of them, and that's the type of thing you really can't do with physical art. And you just have to spend all the time doing that like tedious work, and it gives you less time to experiment with new ideas. So I really appreciate that aspect of this stuff. I'm not really 100% on everything yet digitally, but that aspect I do really like. So we're gonna have to fix his foot so it sits on the ground. I'll probably fix his shield so it sits on the ground too. And we could do that right now. Oh, baby, that looks cool. Yeah, this one's getting pretty ornate. The coat is looking real good, which is based on an existing piece of pottery that features Ajax. Okay, so let's just do this. Great. We're gonna fix his foot. Now for this, I'm not really sure how we want to accomplish the foot thing. Maybe if we grab the outline. Okay, coat is here. Yeah, we don't need to mess with the coat. We should be able to just do this. Then we can probably do the same with the inside thing. Although I'm sure it's easier if we just redid the very small amount of coloring in work. Okay. Good. And great. Okay, so, oops. Let's get this background part. Good. And now we will, after this, I think we'll do a little bit more on his coat. I don't know that we really need to worry about finishing the whole piece. Maybe I'll fix the corners of the frame now. We'll do this thing we were thinking about doing. How would we do that? Corners of the frame, corners of the frame. What do we want to do for that? Maybe if we, well, I can make a pattern that fits in the corner. So let's see if we can screw around with that. Make another layer, and I'm just gonna draw black on top of this so that we can see what we're doing. And let's see if we can come up with something for the inside parts. Let's make a new layer. Oh wait, I have this on a really big brush. Okay, and can we get like something here, and then maybe like a X in there, and some kind of other thing. Let's see. I don't really want to do the same thing as that. No, it doesn't look good. Also, we want it to be a thinner brush size. So how about if we did like a smaller square inside the square with a little line inside of it. Okay. And That's not good. What if we did... what if we did do the same? Or if we did some other variation? No. Maybe just like a up and down square thing. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay, now we're gonna take this and we will just duplicate it to fit the various sections. The thing about it is that they're not all the same size, so 2 of them are the same size because the left and right will be. Yeah, because it looks like a mess right there, so we're essentially covering up the corner and putting in something that sort of makes a little more sense. Okay. Yeah, oops, it looks, no. Go back. That looks right. We just want to clean up the edge here because it's kind of... Oh wait, it won't let me erase on multiple layers, so I think we need to do it on this layer. Yeah, because the black kind of leaves outside the edge. Now, we can do the other parts. For this one, we're gonna just kind of make that feel like it matches a little bit more. And I think we'll do some stuff with the black to make this kind of fit. Like what? Like we will do this. So it doesn't sort of feel like it's encroaching. I screwed up that part though. Ah, right, I see what we're doing. Why is this? Oh, I see. Yeah, so that is, something's happening here. That's better. Let's do the same on this part since we're doing it. Yeah, this one in particular is pretty messed up. So we could probably just take this out and move this over a little bit and have it just feel a little more like it was meant to end there. Good. Come on. It's really annoying when it doesn't pick up the fact that I'm trying to pinch to zoom rather than it thinks that I'm doing something else. Okay, so this now is what? Okay, we're gonna wanna fill this in. I don't know why that got deleted there. And we just need to put 2 more things in here. So let's grab one of them. Okay, I don't think it matters. Take this. Actually, let's do it on the left because this one will be on the left. We'll get rid of all the extra stuff. Okay. what do we want to do here? I guess we can actually just do the same thing. So let's make another duplicate of this. And we'll move that up here. And get rid of all that. And all that. Okay. Let's, you know what, instead of doing this strategy, oops, we will instead create our own version down here because it's too small for that to work. So first we're gonna fill this with black. And then let's make a design. So what was it on the top? It was like a little square with a square and then a squiggly thing. So we can just make two squares, I guess. Great. Now, come on. Put this on the other side. Come on, stop. Put this over here, and it fits pretty well. Maybe let's twist it like that. Good. Great. Okay, so we have a picture. Now, let's do his coat again. Let's just save it. I'm gonna grab my reference for his coat. All right. It looks like they did have a little bit of ornamental stuff on his armor plating. Maybe we could mess around with that a little. But for now, we'll do stuff here. So we're kind of just filling it with like patterns. Oh, I see. I'm erasing. I'm not drawing. So the undo will also undo what you selected for the brush tool. That's kind of strange. And we're just sort of putting in these different types of patterns wherever we feel like it. There's not really any rhyme or reason to it. It's just whatever looks good, I guess. I guess I'll put one there. That's a little too crowded. Yeah, we just want the different parts of the coat to feel like they belong. They sort of live together at least. Okay. Good. Now let's get the top part, which we don't really need to put that much stuff in there. Maybe one of these guys. And I like how the brush doesn't really pick up everything with this brush, so it's like, it feels a little more deteriorated. Okay, great. Now, let's do his hair. Oops. Whoa. What the hell? Okay, hair. Make a new layer for head stuff, I guess. What's this? That's the regular outline. This is the thing we haven't worked on yet. So there's a really interesting pattern for his hair that I would like to emulate. First, let's actually fix the outline so that we are able to work with what we're working with. It's sort of hard to make these inner things if you don't have the black outline fully formed. You either want to have none of it or have it perfect, because otherwise it kind of tricks you into thinking the shape is different than it is. All right, so now we work on the hair, and let's see. Right, we want to get these kind of similarly spaced. Okay. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff going on with his hair in this one thing I'm looking at. Okay. Now we keep going. That looks cool. We might lighten the hair color so that it doesn't end up making his hair just look white. But we'll do that later. Okay. For this, we just want to make it straight lines, I guess. Come on. It's killing me with this zoom feature. We might do something with his beard. See, I'm kind of messing around because in one part I didn't make the beard contour and now I am, so I'm gonna go back to just not contouring it, really. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna delete his, this part of the beard. And let's see if we can do something interesting with this. Now in the picture, we also have a pretty cool hair color for his hair. Now we'll see if this ends up looking good or not. Kind of getting the indication of like a more non-uniform bit of hair. Let's take a look. I'm actually gonna make that a new layer just in case we don't like it. We're gonna put that over this, not over that. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Um, Now here's the thing. What is going on with his... There's like some kind of other color that's infused in here. Like a... Let's go into here. It's like an orangish red. Let's kind of do this and this. Let's leave the opacity up if we're going to do that. Okay, we want this to be less likely to appear. Yeah. We're going to kind of like sprinkle this in basically so that it's not uniform and it's not, it doesn't feel like it just like is the color behind it, but it just kind of evokes a color behind it. I think that works really well. And we might do something similar with his cape. Love that. So yeah, it's kind of like in there in patches. As if maybe it originally had been a certain color, but then it like faded or whatever, like the pottery was deteriorated in such a way that that color did not survive, which is pretty common with Greek pottery or anything. You know, you don't really need a story for it, I guess. I'm gonna make a different color for his headband. Great. Okay, now let's do something similar with his cape, because I love this idea. I'm gonna put this under the layer. Maybe let's do this with like a gold-ish color. Yep. And we're just gonna start sprinkling this in. Maybe it'll be a little more concentrated along these kind of border regions. I don't know why it's so, you know, I think it's the way that I'm holding the pen. We have to make sure that we don't hold the pen perfectly upright anywhere, or else it's gonna screw up the picture. Why is this not? Oh, it is. Holding it a little too crooked there. Yeah, that looks really good. It's like sandblasted or something. Like it has a very irregular pattern. God damn it. When you're doing stuff near the corner, sometimes it'll delete what you did. I don't know why. Good. Great. Awesome. Okay. Now what do we want to do? We can put some stuff here. We can create some stuff for his leg armor. Okay. We won't really make this as ornate as his other stuff, but we'll give him a little pattern there. I think this sandblasting thing is something we can do kind of to our entire image at some point. For all of the images, actually. Come on. Let's get rid of that. I think it just adds like an interesting texture to everything. We'll probably do that globally across the whole pictures. There'll be some sort of aspects too where we give accent colors. We'll have to come up with like a color Bible or whatever. But I mean, all in all, I think this one's done. We have Ajax, weeping over the dice game and the very conspicuous lack of character in the corner to represent the death of Achilles in this chapter. I like the way the armor came out. There's a cool design that a lot of Greek artists did on Ajax's shield that I try to emulate. And I really like the way that his cape turned out. I think we got a cool border design. It's pretty plain in these sections, like the negative space, but I'm probably going to add a bunch of textures of like, that kind of layered look that ancient pottery has. So we're not going to mess with that now because that's not really, it's not the stage for that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, Achilles versus Penthesilea. We have Memnon arriving to help the Trojans. We have the athlete games that we recently finished, which is actually a later chapter. And it's cool because this one looks like it's a totally different artist than the other ones. And I like that we're messing with different. We have the black figure stuff. We have the white figure. There's also like a red figure style, so maybe we'll try and do that for one of them. The next chapter coming up, number 5, I think is... I don't remember what number 5 is. Well, let's see what's coming up next then. The next chapter would be the funeral games. So the next chapter, number 5, how the arms of Achilles were cause of madness and death unto Aias. AKA it's the chapter when Ajax, the character we just drew, goes crazy and kills himself. So we will we'll see what we can do for that one. There's a few pretty famous pieces of iconography of the act when Aias dies. I'd like to try and come up with some other idea for it though, so we're not just like doing another version of this thing that already exists. So we'll see what we can do. But that's gonna do it, ladies and gents. We finished another one. Thanks for joining. The channel is called The Voice of Nick. If you want to take it aside, I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching the show. Bye bye.